Malta's Grand Harbour at Valletta provides a stunning backdrop to the second day of Ocean Grand Prix racing, but it's a day that started with problems for some, even for some people who didn't have any until this morning's practice and now quite literally have a bucketful.
We have a big problem because we broken one engine. It's definitely cut off, and we don't have a time to make another engine for the race.
And as the boat is craned out of the water, one of Silverline stopped during yesterday's pole run, the problem being that the propellers literally chewed themselves up, with resultant or causational problems further up the drive line.
We've got to find 2D props, we've got to sort out the bush problem on the drives and the oil pressure problem on the engine, so not looking the best at the moment.
Lucas Oil lost a trim tab in yesterday's sprint race, but as we've seen, nothing in Ocean Grand Prix is ever that simple.
Because losing that, the boat wasn't flying as it should do. It was coming down really hard and landing wrong. We did quite a bit of damage to the components. Yeah. Antennas are flying off and different things were coming loose, hatches. But as long as there's nothing too bad on that, I think we'll be in great shape tomorrow, because I think we got the first few laps before we had this problem, I think we got it dialed in, and I think it's a fantastic start to Silverhook.
And drama for yesterday's Evo winner as the crew robbed parts from the spare engine. Don't be fooled by the sunshine and calm waters here this morning. The wind is freshening outside the harbour. The sea is getting up. The boat's heading for a race brought forward by 2 hours to defeat the weather and drastically shortened from its scheduled 75-mile distance to about half of that, 11 laps, as the green flag is shown and the endurance race gets underway. And what a good start that was from Fernebo, closest to the start boat at the top of the picture there, and already streaking away. It's Lucas Oil in contention, bounding from crest to crest. You can see immediately how different the weather conditions are here today to yesterday, and why this race was brought forward and shortened. They're going to get worse later, and it's about as difficult as it can be for powerboat racing. Siggy Grieve heading out of harbour late after an electrical problem almost as soon as he started the boat's engine. He'll join the race at the back with official permission, and that's Silverline marooned. Well, they're drifting as they work on a problem, and unless it's a very simple one, they aren't going to be able to fix it. Fernebo leads, the Silverhook hull of Lucas Oil right behind them. The battle from yesterday rejoined here again this Sunday afternoon, but there's a hatch open on that boat on top of the cockpit. That's going to hurt the aerodynamics of the boat. It's going to lead to water ingress. It's going to be all kinds of problems. Frank Hamler, the man who needed to drink more water yesterday, fainted at the controls. Such was the temperature inside the cockpit. He was okay almost immediately afterwards. But now look, the Lucas Oil boat, the Scandinavian Offshore Challenge, is in trouble again. Nigel Hook on the right, Michael Silverberg on the left of your picture, working the wheel. Doesn't that boat look good in the water? Remember, it's brand new, and this is its first outing. Teething problems to be expected. Here's your Supersport leader again. This is yesterday's winner, leading again today, rounding that first buoy. That's probably the tightest turn on the course. It heads back at not quite 45 degrees towards the next right. That brings them across the top of the course with Jolly Drive right behind. Remember, the SIF crew of 38 blew an engine in practice this morning and aren't out there. So this is a two-way battle between these two. You can just see the crew of Carol Pugh ahead scything across as we go tightly close to the buoy. You can see there are different opinions about how to make a way around this course as fast as possible. Despite its problems, look. Despite any difficulty with that flapping hatch, and it's got to be a distraction, the Lucas Oil crew absolutely flying on board. And Ferneyboe on the inside as always. Lucas Oil round the outside as always. Long curving line around the buoy, giving the inside line to the Belgian crew, relying on speed, relying on acceleration. But here comes Ferneyboe. Look at the speed. This is like yesterday reversed. Ferneyboe so much quicker on the water than the Lucas Oil boat. There's got to be more than just a flapping hatch. Ferneyboe looking good here. Pierre Colpin taking a real hammering in the driver's seat. Frank Hemelar as well, but it just went past the 77 boat there so easily. And they've pulled, what, 1, 2, 3 lengths on Lucas Oil, and then it's doubled going round that turn at the end of the course. So once again, it's in the corners that the 77 boat is hurting. Supersport leader, yesterday's winner. Can anything go wrong for these boys? They're having a great weekend. Pole position, winner of the first race, now leading the second. It's a brilliant start to their season for the Italians, but they've still got Jolly Drive right behind. Look, not giving up. It dropped back yesterday after 2 or 3 laps, but before that, right on the pace, and you can see now that it is right on the pace today. And it's another replay of yesterday and those opening laps when they battled for the lead for 3 or 4 laps. Lucas Oil and Ferneyboe side by side once again, but 77 going wide. Is it the same problem as yesterday when the hydraulics for the pump for the trim tab failed? Still in close contention, lapping at around 4 minutes 15 seconds along with Ferneyboe. They're pretty equal. And with Silverline out of contention, there's no need for the Hercules Sagaman crew to push this boat too hard. 30 seconds off the pace on the lap, but still on course for a podium finish for Siggy Grieve. Here is the battle now for the Supersport lead. Carol Pugh just ahead of Jolly Drive, but it's still there. Not letting go. And doing a much better job than yesterday, and going for the tighter line around the buoy. Still bouncing a little bit. Couple of lengths in it. The Albatro behind Jolly Drive, the diesel-powered Albatro chasing after that fountain. Looking for the best drive on the water. Wide here, but alongside and possibly a nose in front. This could be a change of lead. Carol Pugh's got the better line. If the crew like that tight line, they favoured a little bit more of an open approach to it, but now they're on the inside, they could have the advantage. And here's the advantage to Ferneyboe. Lucas Oil, Silverhook hull, 2 supercharged Stirling V8 engines, 700 horsepower each. So it's not about finding maximum performance, than it is sticking to your declared power output. Remember, that is an issue. Ferneyboe with a small lead, but big seas clear of the water there. It's much steeper than yesterday. 2 hours from now, it's forecast to be even worse than this. And Lucas Oil in second place is dropping back a little bit now. No let up for the crew in Ferneyboe. It's all about aerodynamics, it's fluid dynamics. Some of the boats have got aerated hulls, which reduces friction and makes them faster in the water as well. But there's a whole complex puzzle going on for the designers and the crews. And Lucas Oil has just had a slow lap, quite a slow lap indeed. The gap has grown considerably to Ferneyboe, which is now running clear and pulling away. There you are, you can see the class of gap as one heads out and the other's already heading back. It's about a minute as they pass our position with the camera there. And that is the lead that Fernabo has got. That hatch seems to have settled down in place now. And this is one of the boats with an aerated hull. It pumps air out underneath the hull to lubricate the bottom of the hull and help it slip through the water. And it's looking like it's Carol Pugh's day again today. This will make it a full house for this trio. And what a weekend that would be. What a great start to the year. Jolly Drive still has a voice in it, but they've got some chasing to do. And Carol Pugh not letting up. And there again, you can see the gap. Going past the camera position there, it's about a minute from one side of the course to the other from here. So advantage Carol Pugh, not job done by any means, but definitely advantage to RG87. Oh, it's stopped. Number 77 is cruising. Lucas Oil has definitely lost drive. And you can hear they've got a problem. You can see they've got a problem. And that begs the question, can C-Rex pull off a bit of a coup here, start last and finish in second place? Silverline drifting there. Carol Pugh stopped as well. What a dramatic lap. 5 complete, 5 to go, 6 for the Evos, and we've got 2 boats suddenly stopped on the same lap. And Jolly Drive will take the Supersport lead now, and you can hear the crew cheering. Stop boats can rejoin. They have to complete 60% of the race distance to be classified as finishers. So if the boats with problems can keep going and get round another lap, they will collect some points, and Lucas Oil appears to be doing just that. C-Rex still running, though not at its maximum pace. There's a chance that Lucas Oil could hang on to second, or it might just lose it. No doubt about the race winner, though. Double top in the points. Ocean Grand Prix winner as well. The best news of all, the race has been shortened and the checkered flag will be shown to the Belgians next time they cross the finish line, to make it 2 races in a row and pole position as well. And the same engine, so they get their 5 points for... Oh, and jumping out of the water there. And they get their 5 reliability points as well. It doesn't get any better than this. What a fantastic opening to their season. They can see the checkered flag boat. There it is. And there's the flag that ends the race. Over the line they go to take win number 2, and Jolly Drive collects the Supersport flag on the same lap. And there's Carol Pugh still going, so they will get second, and that should give them the overall Grand Prix victory for the weekend when the points of the 2 races are added together to give a combined result. And the results from that race full of upsets, and it's the sole diesel boat on the entry list that takes the Supersport flag and maximum points in the Supersport class from this Sunday afternoon outing.
Great weekend. Third yesterday, first today. It's the first time that we win, so we are really very happy.
The Evo results look pretty similar to yesterday, except that Siggy Grieve and C-Rex have snatched a useful second place behind Fernabo, as you see. So on the podium at the end of the race, it's the Belgian crew smiling the widest. And the overall results for the weekend in Supersport give the Ocean Grand Prix win to Carol Pugh. It stopped in that race because Giuseppe Schiano had fainted, but he's okay now.
I'm happy, but because I'm first. But I hope another race in Malta, the same results in Malta in Holland. I make the same results.
And no prizes for guessing who's on top in the Evo class Ocean Grand Prix, despite a few problems first thing this morning.
Nico and the other crew did a wonderful job. They found the solution for the problems, and the victory is from the whole team. Absolutely.
Every year it is our pleasure to see this type of racing, because of course we're an island and we're tied to sea, and we think it is a great day, a glamorous day, so hopefully we'll have them back next year.
But we're thinking ahead to round 2 this year at Den Helder in Holland in a few weeks' time.